Hey, so in this week's video we will be talking about the plan for the back of the van.
We're planning the inside of the van, so we're measuring and we're planning what goes inside, so our bed, where the hob goes and where the windows go. So we already know where the pots are gonna go, but we'll see. We've got enough space, I think. Fingers crossed.
What we're ordering next online towards the camper build.
And we're gonna give you an update on the subscribers that we've got and the engine work.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jenny.
We have bought a Mercedes Sprinter W907.
And we'll be converting it into a camper van to go to travel in the UK and Europe. Welcome to the channel.
Hi guys. So today I'm going to measure the width of the van and the length of the van because we need to plan our camper. So ready?
Let's do it.
So the length of the van from the bulkhead is going to come out, but I'm going to measure to here. So 4330 goes right to the back doors. 4330, but I know that the bed doesn't come all the way to 4330, and let's measure to before the curves. So from here to there, 4230. Right, so the width, let's check here.
Can I just know the difference, those two measurements that you...
I'll tell you in a second. 1780. 1780. So the first measurement is from here. This is where the bed's going to sit. So this is basically where the camper van build is going to start here. The bed up to wherever, and then we'll plan the camper for the rest of the van. So that's the first measurement, and then the width being the second measurement.
Okay.
Yeah.
You measured two lengths.
Yeah, I wanted to find out what it was to the far end of the van, just in case, just so we know, obviously with the garage and everything under the bed. So to check, we may need the measurement to the door, when the side loading door, where that starts, but I don't think we're going to need it yet because our cupboard's going to most likely overhang that anyway. So most people, what they do is they put their cooker or their hob right at the end of the thing, because that way when you're cooking, the end of the kitchen, when you're cooking, the fumes will go out the side loading door. So and the sink and everything will be on that side as well, most likely. But we will plan that. Cut to us planning.
All right.
So let's talk about planning this van. Well, the camper part of the van, obviously. We haven't got a van yet, have we? Really, let's be honest.
Well, it's a soon to be a working van,
yeah,
and soon to be converted into a camper. But
well, we wanted to diversify the channel a little bit because obviously we talked a bit about the engine recently. So it was Christmas a few days ago, so we had a chat over Christmas over our meeting in Costa, and we've decided that we would like to share with you our plans of the van. Well, we haven't really discussed much, have we? We've discussed that we definitely where we want the bed. We know where we want the bed, don't we?
But it's useful, yes. We do know where the bed will go, and the pots will go on the side of the bed,
yeah.
And we know that there's going to be a garage under the bed.
We said that in our last video as well.
Ryan wanted a pull-out wardrobe in the shower.
That's right.
The mine non-negotiable is the shower.
The reason that I want to pull out wardrobe in the shower is because when you're driving, obviously the shower is dead space. In a van, you need as much space as possible, so you need to manufacture something. I think, in my personal opinion, is that you need to manufacture something that you use we're not going to have a box for a wardrobe and a box for a shower. We're going to have one that serves both purposes. So yeah, what I would like to do is I would like to use the shower space while we're driving, and while obviously we're not showering, because I'm assuming, you know, we're going to be showering, I don't know, 1% of our days or of our lives. Oh, one of us will anyway. The other one might be showering about 10% of her life. But she'll soon to come to realise that we're going to have probably about 70 or 80 litres, and each shower takes 10 litres. So 2 people showering, that would take 20 litres per day. Jenny might want to use 40 litres in one shower, but we will see. What are you doing to change anyway? You are doing something, aren't you, to learn how to turn water off in between? What are you doing?
We both are.
Yeah, I know.
We're practicing turning off the shower every time that you shampoo yourself, or you do your bits. But in between, I don't know. This is we're talking about the practicality, not the.
Jenny's talking about doing her bits, but okay.
Anyways, point is turning the shower on and off.
So what Jenny means is, most of us, we get in the shower, we wet ourselves with the shower, and then we shampoo, and then we rinse it off, obviously.
Whilst the water is running.
That's right. So what we're practicing to do is to water ourselves, put the shower back on the hook, and turn the water off, and then shampoo, do our hair, shampoo our bodies, and then turn the water back on and shower. But what's the problem we're coming up against at the moment when we're doing that?
Well, it's just when you turn it back on, it goes cold.
Right.
You're freezing, especially in the UK. It's freezing, and Europe, and most of Europe, I suppose.
Yeah.
So we don't know if it's the same in a van. You van lifers that have done it in the past.
Well, you get a water boiler that boils it in like 3 seconds. You can also get water boilers that store water. I think they store like 10 litres of water in them that is already hot. Okay. So therefore, as soon as you turn the shower on, it should be instantaneously hot. We're not going to get a cooker tap in the shower.
And in terms of the wardrobe, going back to the wardrobe in the shower. So my concern about having a pull-out wardrobe in the shower is condensation. Mm-hmm. So what's your solution for that?
What will condensation do? What do you mean?
Well, our clothes getting wet after we have a shower.
Okay. How about? Are you planning on driving within a couple of minutes of showering?
I have no idea what to expect of van life. I have no idea.
Well, I think Jenny thinks it's like being in the gym where you just sort of like get dressed and go as soon as you shower.
Yeah, go.
No. So obviously it's your house as well. So I'm assuming you'll be cooking eggs, you'll be doing whatever after you've showered. But all that time you could leave the wardrobe open, not put it back in the shower unless obviously, I'm assuming that the shower comes out, the wardrobe comes out, and therefore you have to walk past it. So it can't really be hanging out in the middle of in the walkway. So we need to plan that obviously.
But also, can we ask for your advice if you have done van life, or if you are doing van life at the moment and have a pull-out wardrobe in the shower? What is your experience? Do your clothes get wet? Is there a system or a way that you prevent that from happening? How do you prevent condensation?
Yeah, I think obviously we're going to have a Max X fan as well, so the fan will be strong. I'm assuming it will get rid of most of the condensation, so there is that as well. We need to focus on obviously having the fan. I wanted to have the fan round about in the middle of the van, because people who have the fans at the front of the van, they complain about wind getting underneath the fan and flapping and stuff like that when they're driving. So I want to have the fan in the middle of the van. The shower I was hoping that would be at the front of the van. We're currently at the back of the van where the bed will be. But let's discuss the plan and what we've got.
Yeah, let's discuss it, guys. So this is the sketch that we've got planned. We've done it on a piece of paper, and then we've done it on a sketch app that we've got.
Well, this is the initial drawing. It may change a little bit, we're not sure yet, but we think that we both like this layout. So we like the fact that it's got obviously our main bed, which is fixed, sofa bed, which is pulls out into a spare double bed, the shower in the middle there, and a sink and a hob. Basically, we don't need a lot of kitchen space, so a small bit of worktop there across across the cupboard as well. In our last flat in London, we only had a little bit of work surface, so we can do with only a little bit of work surface. We do a lot of work on, computer or tablet, so that's why we need a good sofa.
And the sofa will have a pull-out table as well, that it can be folded, so that we can work, we can use the laptop, or we can have our dinner. Maybe we can put two, do you think? What do you think, Ryan? Do you think we should have two?
Well, I think we'll put one, and we can have one later if we want to, but...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But we're also going to have top cupboards, so where the blue lines, the blue dotted lines, you can see that's all top cupboards. And then you've got the green dotted lines are underneath storage. But we're going to have underneath storage as well where the garage is, which is basically under our bed, the main bed. And we're going to see as we go along. So, but this is, like Ryan said, is the initial plan.
So this is what we've got on our Amazon basket to buy next. This is the insulation that goes on top of the sound deadening and basically seals the metal body of the van. So this will stop the water ingress that I spoke about last week. Very good insulator this is. In the basket next we have our sound deadening. We need to buy another roll of this because we didn't have enough. We want to do the roof as well. So yeah, we'll be getting that. That's also from Dodo. Great stuff this is as well. Really good stuff.
And then we've got the stop for the sliding door, and it's just helpful. It's not expensive, it's very inexpensive, and it's something that is going to prevent the door from closing, so sometimes we might want to leave it open.
Next on the list in our Amazon basket is the cable. This will connect the solar panels to the wire in the electrics in the garage underneath the bed. I want to run this before we finish the installation and seal it. So yeah, just get that cable run so that way if we seal it, it'll be okay. We have also got some plastic sheeting, and this we'll use for a vapor barrier. So this is just a cheaper version of the silver vapor barrier from Dodo that we spoke about last week. It does the same job, so this is used in houses and greenhouses and stuff like that, but it's great stuff. So it will seal the van ready. And we've got some sanding pads as well to work on the paintwork that needs doing on the outside of the van. Also any interior bits of rust and stuff like that. I have got a wire wall brush, but it'd be nice to have some sanding pads as well. So we'll add that one to the list.
We're also buying some Skova. They're called mid-beam, and we need 3 of those in order to have the frame of the bed basically. We also would like to get some slats, some wooden slats, but obviously they have to be king size wooden slats, which we can get from IKEA as well. So we've got these ones here. We don't need the ones on the right hand side because we don't need the frame for it. So this would be enough for what we need. And finally is the bed, the actual mattress, and we're going for a foam mattress, right Ryan?
We are going for a foam mattress just in case we have to cut around the pods, which we will have to cut around the shape of the pods because we've gone with a king size bed rather than a double.
And we are thinking of getting it from B&Q
or DIY.com. An extra point I wanted to cover actually, as well as Jenny, but I know it's insignificant to a lot of you, but we want to say thank you for, we've just reached
100 subscribers. Thank you very much everyone. It means a lot to us.
Well, it's a start.
Thank you. No, but thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for watching our videos and following our journey and being part of it. Don't forget, we're about to name the van, so we're asking you all to help us to narrow it down to 3 names. So click on the link down below in the description, or tell us in the comments. I mean, you know, what are your favorite 3 names if you don't want to leave it in the form. But thank you very much. That's the whole point.
And next thing we wanted to discuss was,
and here's a little bit of what's happening with the engine. Pretty much nothing at the moment. It's covered up, safe and sound. and it's definitely coming out in the, I know we've said it many times, but it's 100% coming out in the next video. But in the meantime, because of the holidays, and we decided to have a little break.
We have got some great advice as well, actually. We did get some great advice about taking the turbo out and the gearbox out. Obviously the engine's half hanging out, so probably not really viable to take the gearbox out now. We're going to take the gearbox with the engine, and a lot of people are also saying that we need to take the turbo off. Well, you know, not the turbo, but the exhaust at the turbo.